Good morning, 10th class students, not only of Oxford Junior College, but my other students also. As the pandemic times are going on, online teaching is in practice. And today, in 10th class, we are going to deal with one of the fantastic poets, American poet, Robert Frost. Now, Robert Frost is a poet who will write in a very small, a very precise way, and yet he will convey the most huge or enormous message to all of us. And that's the beauty of Robert Frost. In 10th class, first flight, two poems of his are there. First is Dust of Snow. Pandemic times, spoiling of mood, not very happy to be isolated, not very happy to be in quarantine or in lockdown period, and yet something can happen in your life which comes as a dust of snow. That's the central message of this poem. Let's go by it. Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. The way a crow shook down on me. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. So first let us try to understand that the poet is having some kind of a spoilt mood because something has happened in his life which is not happy about. And then the way a crow shook down on me. But what then happened? He went under a hemlock tree. The dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Hemlock tree is a poisonous tree, and crow, as soon as we listen to that name, the thing which comes to our mind is crow, black, negative. So what the poet is trying to create through imagery of words is that a hemlock tree, poisonous tree, spoilt mood, crow, all negative things, and yet a dust of snow, which is quite white particles of snow, of ice. And the crow has shivered or moved, shooked, because of his own reason. But the dust of snow has fallen on the poet, and what it has done? It has given my heart a change of mood. It has given my heart a change of mood. That whiteness from blackness can come. That's what Robert Frost is trying to tell us. A change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. And saved because I was having a negative mindset that my day has started bad and it will continue to be bad. No, that's not. The small things can change the entire mood, the entire life. That's what the central message is. Now, what is the rhyming scheme? Crow, me, snow, tree. A, B, A, B. Crow, snow, A. Me, tree, B. And similarly, heart, mood, part, rude, A, B, A, B. That is the rhyming scheme. Now, what could be the question? The question could be what is dust of snow? And how do small things matter in our life? Can positivity come out of negativity? Why has poet chosen the crow? He could have chosen pigeon. Why crow? Why he has chosen hemlock tree? He could have chosen banyan tree or neem tree or apple tree, anything. But he has chosen hemlock tree. So this could be the questions. This is poem number 1. Now I am going to the poem number 2 immediately. Fire and ice. It seems that the world will end someday. It has been a very old thought. Fire and ice. Though some people think that this world will end when the sun will fire in such a way, right now also sometimes it's very fierceful, very fiery. So sometime it will go, the temperatures will go as high as 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, that the earth will boil. and everything will collapse. It will burn. That's one way of looking at the thing. Or there will be no more sun and there will be ice all over. So that's one thinking which goes within the mind when it comes to fire and ice. But Robert Frost doesn't blame the sun. A poet like him will come on us. How? Let us see. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Now he's saying, okay, some people, as I explained in the initial stages, but what he has tasted of desire. So what he is doing is, he is metaphorically saying that fire is nothing but our desire, our greed, our desire is the fire. And it is because of the greed, because of our desires, that this world might mend. The desire to rule the world, the desire to have a occupation or command over the entire world. That's the desire. It might end the world with war. So that's fire and desire. And he says that I will go with those who say that it will end with fire, because fire is like desire and it might happen. Desire is like fire. And then he goes, but if it had to perish twice, but if it had to perish twice, but if we had to, the world can perish only once, but he's mocking. But if the world had to perish twice, once it will end by fire, that is desire. But if it had to end twice, what will it do? I think I know enough of hate. The second end will be cold, ice, hatred. That would be the reason. Hatred towards others, hatred towards fellow human beings. That would also. And what does it say? I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great. To say that for destruction, ice is also great. And it would suffice. And that will be sufficient for us. Hatred. So here again, metaphorically, he is putting ice as hatred. It's coldness of the nature, insensitivity. This will lead to. And that's what Robert Frost is for you. Again, what's the rhyming scheme? Fire, ice, desire, fire. So A, B, A. Twice, hate, ice, great. Here it is changing. Twice, A, hate, B, ice, again A, great, B, A, B, A, B, A. This is the rhyming scheme. And the questions might be asked that what is fire as per the poet? What is ice as per the poet? How will the world end? How will the world end as per you? Do the questions in your copy work and show it to me. Get it corrected. Make use of the websites which are available on the internet. And God bless you. Thank you so much.